before Gigi Hadid became one of the most recognizable faces in fashion, there was a moment when the industry itself wasn't completely sure what to do with her. Today we see Gigi on magazine covers, walking major runways, working with luxury brands, and effortlessly looking like she belongs at the top of fashion. But early in her career, Gigi faced an unexpected challenge that many people might not associate with a supermodel. She didn't always fit the industry's idea of what a model was supposed to look like, and that became one of the biggest tests of her career. Gigi Hadid was born in Los Angeles in 1995, and modeling wasn't exactly a completely unfamiliar world to her. Her mother, Yolanda Hadid, had worked as a model, and Gigi was discovered by guests when she was still young. But becoming a professional model was a very different experience from appearing in a childhood campaign. When Gigi eventually signed with IMG Models and began seriously pursuing fashion, she entered an industry with extremely specific expectations. And suddenly, being beautiful wasn't enough. Fashion had its own rules. Designers, casting directors, photographers, and agencies all had different ideas about what a successful runway model should look like. Gigi's appearance was striking, but her athletic figure didn't always match the extremely slim silhouette that had traditionally dominated high fashion. She had spent years playing competitive volleyball and had a naturally athletic build, and that became something she had to navigate. Instead of trying to completely change herself to fit someone else's expectations, Gigi gradually found a way to turn what some people saw as a disadvantage into part of her identity. But it wasn't easy. As her profile grew, so did the criticism. Some people questioned whether she was truly a high-fashion model. Others argued that her family background had helped open doors for her. That criticism created another challenge. Gigi wasn't just trying to become successful, she was trying to prove that she belonged. And she did that by working. She started appearing in major fashion campaigns and magazines. She walked increasingly important runways and built relationships with some of the biggest names in fashion. Then came the moment when everything started to change. Gigi wasn't simply being booked because she was recognizable. She was becoming recognizable because she was being booked. Her career began expanding beyond traditional runway modeling. She became known for her ability to move between high fashion, commercial campaigns, beauty, lifestyle, and social media. And that versatility turned out to be one of her greatest strengths. While the fashion industry had once been known for having very narrow standards, Gigi became part of a generation of models who helped make the industry more accessible to different looks, personalities, and body types. But there was another major factor behind her success. She understood the power of connection. She grew alongside social media. Instead of fans only seeing models inside magazines or on runways, they could now see their personalities, opinions, behind-the-scenes moments, and everyday lives. Gigi's enormous social media presence helped turn her from a fashion model into a global celebrity. And suddenly, the very thing that some people criticized, her mainstream popularity, became one of her biggest advantages. Brands didn't just want a model, they wanted someone who could connect with millions of people. And Gigi could do that. Of course, her journey wasn't completely free of personal struggles either. She has faced intense public scrutiny, criticism about her appearance, constant media attention, and the pressure that comes with having almost every part of your life discussed publicly. Yet she continued building her career. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson from Gigi Hadid's story. Her biggest challenge wasn't simply getting her first modeling job. It was learning how to succeed in an industry that didn't always have an obvious place for someone like her. Instead of becoming a completely different person to fit the industry, she helped make space for the person she already was. Today, Gigi Hadid is recognized as one of the defining models of her generation. She has worked with major designers, appeared on countless magazine covers, fronted global campaigns, and built a career that extends far beyond the runway. So the next time you see Gigi Hadid walking a red carpet or appearing on a fashion cover, remember, the journey wasn't simply about beauty. It was about adaptation. It was about dealing with criticism. It was about proving herself. And most importantly, it was about turning something that could have held her back into part of what made her stand out. Because sometimes, the thing that makes you different isn't the obstacle to your success. It can become the reason people remember you. And that's exactly what happened with Gigi Hadid.